How y'all doing out there? It's the Black Enterprise, and this is an episode of the Black Effect. It's your man Nico B. This is another powerful message. Strap your seatbelt on, and let's get it. All right, Swirlers, you have broken the first commandment of the Lord Himself. Swirlers have broken the first commandment of God, and that's to worship nothing else above me, to have no other gods before me, to worship God and love the Lord with your whole heart. What you've broken that commandment because your God in whom you worship is the white man. And this has been going on since we've been brought over here from slavery. This goes on in other countries also, African countries like South Africa. You have black women who worship white men. Now to be a black woman who worships white men in America is a pretty pathetic state to be in. It goes to show you have no pride. You don't have, and I'm talking to the women, no backbone. And there's some Uncle Tom black men who do this. At the end of the day, you shouldn't be worshiping no one but the Most High God Himself. You shouldn't be worshiping nobody but Jesus Christ, man. That's it. We don't worship no one but God over here. We not no Uncle Toms, not no coons, and all that is just, like I said, it's pathetic. It's you just trying to look for another human being to solve all of your problems. Ain't nobody gonna solve your problems again but Jesus. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta do work for that. Like God helps those who help themselves. So, for you just want to be willfully ignorant and people like that, you ignorant to the truth. A lot of y'all want to just be ignorant to the truth of the Lord. Like you don't want to study to show yourself approved, so you're not going to get no blessings. You know what I mean? A lot of your blessings going to be restricted. They just left in heaven. You just left your blessings on the table. You know what I mean? A lot of people just leave your blessings on the table, man. But these swirlers, man, like that's why you just see them constantly being drained of their spirit, drained of their energy, because they constantly being used. They putting themselves out there to be used. Like any white man who just see the state of these swirlers, man, and he's a secular white man, like he's not a God-fearing man, and don't go try to just go shoot his shot and get him a piece, like, to just get some easy access to booty, easy access to sex. Like, that's all he has to do is just go present himself and be nice. Just go present himself to act like he, care about whatever she got going on. And that's how desperate the swirler is. Everybody sees it, man. It's sad. It's like, they selling themselves very short. But again, that's because they're breaking God's first commandment. They're worshiping white men. We see that, like, these women try to make it seem like they'll try to rewrite history for the white man. They'll try to make it seem like they'll drop all morality that for the white man. Man, you seen these chicks on Ghetto Gaggers, man. You had somebody mama bring their daughter. You had a woman's daughter bring had a woman's mother bring her daughter to Ghetto Gaggers to finish the scene. Talking all respectful to these white men, these trailer trash white men. You know what I'm saying? These white men, these perverts who doing porn. Like, man, these ain't no respectable men. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn what color they are. All these women are doing is worshiping the color of someone's skin. It's like, man, it's a mental illness that really needs to be addressed. It's a spiritual illness that needs to be addressed. In turn, those women are terrified. Like, in turn, like, they don't believe that they really buy into the whole narrative of white supremacy and things like that. And again, they're part of it. They're agents of it, and that's why they believe in it so highly. Because honestly, man, black men know, and normal people know of, that it's not as bad as as these people try to make it seem. White supremacy and racism exist, but it's not on such a level of where it affects the everyday person, like who's doing the everyday productive citizen. Really, it's about money. It's about class, and we know, yes, by and large, white people have had generational wealth, but things change. Like, these things can change quickly. Wealth exchange can happen quickly, can change throughout, and black men have done a lot within a small amount of time when it comes to amassing their wealth, and changing the dynamics and having all these kids. Black people having kids, like, they just the sheer number, and in the same with Hispanics. Like, look at how quickly they've came over here um and turn things around as far as wealth and their numbers. Power come from is in numbers also. So when you hear these swirlers talking about, I mean, the how much power the white man is in, and you know, I heard one woman, ratchets, no, the woman sphere. I think it's like, why are you calling yourself woman sphere, and you ain't really got no knowledge to give no women. You're a sad divester. You know what I'm saying? You worship the white man. You don't have, like, you should just call yourself white man sphere or something. Like, why you call yourself woman sphere, like you a universe got universal knowledge for women. You don't. But anyway, she was saying something like along the lines of black men have submitted to white men, and when you submit something, you discard it, or when you submit it, you forget about it. That was one of the worst analogies that I've ever heard. That was one of the dumbest analogies I've ever heard. And it just don't make sense for people. These are human beings you're talking about. So, and because of the things that black men did is the reason why you're able to speak. And as you are, the reason why you exist today and able to speak. Because if they had have done anything different, they would have been, we would have been wiped out. You would have been killed, and they wouldn't have had nothing to say. So it's like, don't bite the don't. Hindsight is 2020, and this is why nobody should really listen to you and take you seriously, because for you to talk in hindsight about things that you had no knowledge of, no working knowledge of, and nothing to do with, it's kind of it doesn't make any. It doesn't lend you any credibility. It doesn't. It shouldn't give you any. Matter of fact, it should diminish your credibility, and people should stop listening to you. I don't know why women listen to these. The only reason that I could see women listen to these swirlers and things, that like, and divestors, who don't just get off the internet and just divest. Don't just do what you need to do quickly. Those women love, it's a misery loves company situation. That's what that is. It's like you got two women who got the same spiritual mental illness. They've been hurt by black men. A lot of, like, I think even woman's fear. You got a child by a black man. Don't get on her. So how you gonna get on her worshiping the white man, worshiping white skin, and you didn't have black children, but you still sitting on and flipping on black penis. See, this is why the times, even from the beginning, from the times of the ending of slavery and segregation and Jim Crow, since from that time, the black man saw the position that a lot of black women were taking against him, and that was the position of the bed. Which this ain't new for black women swirling. They just didn't have the internet and divest. Like, this divesting isn't new. If this was the case, like, black women had always been testing the waters, trying to go somewhere else and to get the bag, to try to go somewhere else to try to get a bigger trick. You understand? Talking about because the white man ain't done nothing but empower foolishness. You know, if he really wanted to empower the black community, he would have gave the black man his reparations by now. But instead, he got all these welfare programs empowering dysfunctional behavior. The black man can just go drop kids everywhere and run. And what's gonna happen? The white man got a program there where he just gonna, pay for his bastard kids. Where the decent black men have to chime in and pay for people bastard kids and mistakes. Thanks, white man, for that. You know what I'm saying? That's why the decent brothers, like, man, it's like we gotta fight two battles. Because again, for just regular white people, for the regular Caucasian who not a racist, just your average Caucasian, they don't even care. They got their own problems going on. They not over there. They not worried about no swirlers and divestors and them crying and you know what I'm saying and the plights that they and the crap that they talking about. Because again, that's for the black. They know that they have their own problems and they know it's not just a thing amongst black men. This is a man things that men have to deal with. That's it. And that's what normal people understand. But when it comes to these swirlers and divestors, they so gone mentally and spiritually gone. Everything is like they're stuck in slavery. They talk about black men bringing up slavery all the time. We not stuck in that. We know it existed. We bring it up when it's tangible, when it matters, because we know it existed, and we would be damned if history repeat itself. So we have to know what and see, and that's a special thing, and that's why that's why God ordains men to be the teachers. You know what I'm saying? And when men are teaching, he tells women to be quiet. They should be silent. Because men, we've already covered this. We don't need basically what a lot of these women is doing is just tapping on, like tapping on the footnote to the things, the foundation we already laid. We already covered this, man. So we already put the game back in its proper perspective. And we know history. We know what happened. You know what I'm saying? And we found that out. We've done our due diligence research. We've studied to show ourselves approved, and we be damned if we let it repeat, if we let history repeat itself. But we also be damned if we let you swirlers and white male worshipers, you know what I'm saying, go rewrite history and try to demonize the black man who has actually been victimized the whole time up until now, and that man has still fought in wars, helped build this country, is still and created himself to be the number 2 male in America. You understand? And he's still on the upper trajectory. The black man, like, if you want to really say it, like, the Caucasian man has hit his peak. Like, he hit his peak a long time ago. It's the black man's turn to get what's owed to him. You never seen, like, America gave all these reparations. Man, the black man is owed reparations. I don't know how many times, how many ways. I gotta say, it's just mind-boggling the fact that America doesn't, like, they'll give it to everybody else, but they do not want to see the black man come to power. He's constantly demonized, even by his own women. You know what I mean? His own mother, his own sister, his own cousin. You got mothers with black children on the internet talking very reckless. Talking about black men is expendable things, like women who got black children. You understand? This is what we have to go through. But you swirlers, man, and divestors, y'all have violated the Lord's first commandment, and y'all never gonna be happy. Because again, y'all getting drained, y'all getting pumped and dumped by these white men the same way that y'all were getting pumped and dumped in the black community. You cause dysfunction. You're a dysfunctional person. You're a dysfunctional person because you try to grade the black man on a curve. You know what I'm saying? You don't just, he gotta be extra tough because you think that just you bought into the propaganda is what it is. You are the one who perpetuates the slavery. You are the fucking mammy. You're the mammy because you raise modern day slaves. You put it in your black boy. These women who be on the internet now, you see it with your own eyes. These women are talk reckless. This is how they was talking on the telephone to each other. But these women that get on the internet talk reckless and still have black children and men that they sleeping with. Like, like the dude Taz and the dude Nala. I mean, the dude Taz and Nala. Like, I hate to mention names, but you see it on the internet. This is an example. Like, brother, this woman get on there talking cash crap about black men, and she with this dude. This dude actually don't look like no prominent black man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't look like no he don't look like the exception. I'm not trying to insult him. Let's just be real. He doesn't look like exception. As matter of fact, then he goes to the point of what I was saying, like black women try to be successful to go get with a Pookie or Ray Ray. They like Pookie and Ray Ray. They like men that they can control. Now, but that's just a sick thing to have a black man and you know what I'm saying, and having sleep with him and then go off and basically talk about him online, basically, and get out all of your frustrations and insults on him. Like everything, when she gets online, she's talking about him. This is how you gotta, if you're smart and have discernment, you can see what these people are doing. These other women, they see that it's money in black women's pain. So now they've hopped on a divestment train. They don't have no white man. They not with no white man. Some of them don't even, they don't even like white people. Like, they hate on white women all day. They hate white people. They hate white women. And they still get on her and try to promote to these other women that they should go get with them, because it's money in it, in black women's pain. They know black women is looking for answers and things like that. They don't really want to listen to the brothers when the brothers is telling them, what the problems are, how to fix the problems. A lot of times that message seems to be too harsh coming from the brothers, and they just don't tend to gravitate to that message. But when it comes to but it's just like anything else, it's easy to do wickedness. That all this swirling and divestment thing is, no matter it's on YouTube and out and even in the dating world, it's all about money. Cheddar cheese, man. Women willing to give up their morals to get cheddar, to get to a higher level. That's it. It ain't nothing new, it ain't nothing special. But you women gonna have to, answer to the Lord for the things you're doing. You don't worship Jesus Christ as hard as you worship these men. And I really mean that. You don't promote Jesus as much as you promote and worship these white men. And we know Jesus Christ was a color man. That's why another reason, like a lot of you women, like, you wouldn't worship Jesus himself. Just off the fact of his color and race. That's how gone y'all are. That's like, if it ain't white to y'all, it ain't right to y'all. You understand? And that ain't nothing but a sick, weird, wicked, weak, pathetic, delusional mindset. You the first progenitor of all the races. There's strength in the melanin in your body. God put it there for a reason. God is also a being who believes in tribalism. He's a being who believes in unique separation of culture and things like that. It didn't happen by happenstance. So with that being said, man, I said I had to do it. It had to be said. You are breaking God's first commandment. You worship white men. That's what you do. So just accept that, and you need to repent. I mean, if you know what you're doing, if I just want to pinpoint the problem, if you know it's a problem, then you can solve it. You can repent. So with that being said, it's your man, Nico B, Black Effect. I'm Gizon.